My name is Jackson Wood, and today I'll be teaching you safety around the pool, freestyle and backstroke. First, I'll explain some main guidelines for safety around the pool. This step is the most important of them all because they might save your life or someone else's. This step, the first step you want to take even before entering the pool is to make sure you have a supervisor that knows where you are at all times, especially if you are a weak swimmer. The next step is to pay attention to any signs around the pool, and before you enter the pool, make sure there's no one else or the water might be too deep. The point to consider if you are a weak swimmer is that kicking boards or inflatable armbands are not a substitute for knowing how to swim, however they might aid you in the process of learning. It is always best to know your limits when swimming. If an accident does occur, then the supervisor should do anything they can to get you out of the water without entering themselves.
When you enter the water at first, you can build your confidence by holding on to the wall of the pool and climbing around the side. You alternate your arms and legs holding on to the wall of the pool until you feel like you're confident to move on to the next step. Another useful technique you could use to improve your confidence is just by floating above the water like a starfish and breathing calmly. This exercise can also help you when it is time to start swimming because it is the easiest way to stay very buoyant above the water. This next movement is to simply enter the water safely, feet first.
Now the first stroke I will teach you is freestyle or front crawl. This is a very useful and common stroke and it's fairly easy to learn. The first thing you want to know is that it is very important to keep your body aligned and as much as possible and look down the lane at all times. Like we did before with the starfish floating, you will need to keep your hips very close to the surface of the water. This will make swimming much easier and reduces drag. The steps of the actual arm movements are fairly simple, but they take time to perfect. It's essentially a reach, catch, pull, recovery. Reach, catch, pull, recovery. The arms come from the side of the body with the elbow slightly bent and the fingertips entering the water first. It's best to keep your hands flat at all times during freestyle. One hand always almost meets the other, and when it comes time to breathe, always breathe on the side. And while you're underwater, you breathe out of your nose until you need to breathe again.
This is a demonstration of the stroke focusing on the arm movements. Now for the kicking, you simply kick your legs up and down, starting at your hips, and your feet shouldn't come too far out of the water. But when swimming, try not to use too much energy on it.
The second stroke I will teach you is backstroke. Backstroke is also a fairly simple stroke to learn and is similar to freestyle. One of the main differences between backstroke and freestyle are that you can breathe whenever you like. The starfish floating will also be very helpful in this stroke because this time you are on your back. Just place your chin up above the water with your belly button also pointing up. Take breaths calmly and remember, breathing helps you stay on the surface. Your body will only be slightly submerged like the starfish floating. Now that you are more familiar with this easy part of the stroke, we can move on to the arms. Now, when you first bring your arms out of the water, your thumb is the first to come out of the water. When your fingertips are facing the roof, you then turn your hand, so your pinkies are going to be the first finger to re-enter the water. Once your hand has entered the water, you then want to slightly bend your elbow and pull the water. Good rhythm is about 6 kicks per arm cycle.
This demonstration is focused on the arm movements. While moving, the swimmer needs to straighten their legs and do a pointed toe twist with small, fast movements. It is also very good to keep your hips up, otherwise you will sink too much.